a live point of view game. Not often we do a live point of view where it's not a recorded game, but this is going to be one of those, and it's going to be Mr. Firefox from the DoD clan is more than likely the best Hades player in the game. Not even more than likely, I just think he is. He's such a sick player. He can really get minimal value out of his heroes and early myth unit, and I think that is what separates Hades players from others, or at least a lot of basically playing any civilization. Just the more value you can get with minimal units is gonna pay dividends, basically, depending on how you play. But if you can get to that point, it's pretty ridiculous. He's going to be playing the Hades, and Hades, of course, wants his Vaults of Erebus in. He's going for the strategy where you grab two, not the strategy, but the build where you grab 2 storehouses, 2, and then everything else goes to food that you herd in with your catastrophes. The reason for this is basically you can build. I've seen his guide for Hades. It's on the DoD channel if you want to check it out, but it's you can build 2 buildings, so that's why he herds this in. If you could share the storehouse with wood and gold, so say the gold mine was about here, you could share it, then he would build a granary because you can afford 2 buildings. But if you can't do that, then you need to herd in with your catastrophes, and then you get a good timing when this Vaults of Erebus comes in, because it does cost 200 wood and 15 favor. There are builds where you can get it slightly earlier, but this one is basically what he's figured out is the most efficient, and it's a crazy build. But it's also quite simple to play, and I think those are the best ones, when you can work out something where you can execute it every time, and it's as efficient as you can really get without losing too much. I mean, maybe you could make it more efficient by doing like these force drops in certain places, and maybe moving certain villagers around if the gold mine's close enough, if the wood line's close enough, whatever. I just think those are a little bit too crazy. But he's also playing against Kavoth. We haven't mentioned Kavoth yet. He's playing the other side, playing the Amaterasu, and he's just going to be annoying, and he can't do 1 damage to that villager. And will be advancing to the next age for a 16 population advance time, and he's going to be going through Athena. Athena normally the choice, unless you're completely making your strategy around the Cyclops, then Ares does make sense. Or you can also go Ares if you want to go full archers. I think that's also a fine situation. But not deciding to do that one. Athena's going to be the pick more often than not. Ajax hero, of course, coming out, is also spotting what's happening in the main base for Kavoth. But infantry train faster is one of the relics. Then we've got human soldiers do more damage to buildings. That's going to be a really nice one for the Hades player to pick up. Basically role-playing as a Zeus, like it's a mini Zeus bonus. So if you can have a Zeus bonus if you're playing Hades, why not? Grab that one, bring it back home. And the villagers are laid out onto 7 and 5 with some left on food. Is this some kind of second town center? I don't know the Hades build for a second town center, because normally you would have them more on the gold, but that's because you don't have Vaults of Erebus. So it's like there's 7 and then 7.5. So that screams second town center to me, but we will see what goes on. He could also grab his Achilles first and then go for a second TC if that's what he wants to go for. The map is Marsh though, not Marsh, Alfheim, which is quite defensive in nature, and it is going to be the gold miners plus some wood choppers going to be building a forward TC, and the Kavoth Kitsune does spot this one. Minotaur going to be walking over. Kataskopos having a look around. Ajax just looking at the back of the base. The back of the base has deer here, so it is an extremely defensive setup. We can see with all the cliffs that are spawning, the settlement is going to grab the forward one. It makes sense. This town center just has nothing on it, whereas this one has a back gold mine and some wolves. Wolves don't really matter, but a back gold mine anyway. So if he can gold mine this side, he hadn't spotted that, and even the Aurochs. Okay, this town center is amazing. Bashes the granary button, hits it down there. Is like, yes, this is the start. He's also saved his sentinels, so the sentinels can be used over here. Sentinels will spawn, be able to defend your position. As a wall coming down, it's not the kind of wall I like. The kind of wall I like looks a bit like this. A 21 gold wall so he can build a gate in that, but that's not going to be the case. There is going to be some Naginata Riders coming over, just aggressing onto the Ajax, but maybe we'll be able to take one villager down if he wants to sacrifice the life of a Naginata Rider, but deciding that's not worth it. So Kavoth going back. So Kavoth not going for a super early second TC, as he's needed to build the nice quick wall, though, coming in here. It looks like this guy... Oh, no. Oh, you hate to see it. What I was going to say is a nice quick wall, so he kills it off. But what the Minotaur did do is knocked him over the wall, but knocked him over into the cliff. And my boy is stuck. But yeah, this is, in my opinion, a terrible wall, because you'll probably see Firefox delete this one later, as he will want to walk through it. But yeah, Kavoth won't be happy about that one, because that one should have just landed the other side. But sometimes that happens. Now, Kavoth, he has a couple of choices here in terms of what he wants to do up against this. He can grab his own delayed second town center, try and get some damage done. Oh, that's not ideal. Get some damage done with the early units that he's built, and then kind of build a town center off of that later on. Or he can build out a lot of wheels, which we do see that is what he's doing, because wheels are great up against buildings. If you can spam out a decent amount of wheels, you can take out a town center and hit some kind of good timing on your opponent. So from Firefox's perspective, obviously he doesn't know what's being built, but if he's played against Amaterasu before, which he definitely has, he's going to know that is an option. So he needs to either build enough units to stop that from happening, or he needs to get to the heroic age to have some heroes and maybe a curse to stop that from happening, which is what he's deciding to do on this side. Because he does have the Sentinels, which are some defensive units, and he is just going straight Aphrodite. Super, super quick is going to be the choice. Bernie on YouTube, thanks for all the time and effort. You got me hooked on AOM. I appreciate it. Good to have you. Good to have you here. And it looks like Kavoth's hitting a pretty early timing, knowing that the Aphrodite is an option at some point. So he wants to aggress beforehand, but a great wall on this side from Firefox, kind of stopping that one from happening. Got the gold mine on this side. This cow Auroch thing being killed away from the granary is pushing back his timing more than you would expect, because this guy has to walk so far back, or this girl even, all the way back over here. Pretty rough. Probably would be close now. But Kavoth really wants to hit this timing. And this is what I mean. One Minotaur, two heroes. This is the Firefox bread and butter. He does have his Sentinel drop down. I think one didn't spawn unless it got taken out really quickly without me noticing. But the one wheel goes down. And that is a great play for Firefox. It's exactly what he wants. Stops the aggression. These are the siege weapons. They're the damage dealers. Pegasus kind of look around. I wouldn't mind a wall down here. Even just literally just one here, just to stop this from happening. Come the wheels. Hero's got a nice micro back from Kavoth. He knows. He also has a shield, so I'm surprised he let that wheel go down. Or, not, I guess he didn't let it go down, but missed saving that one. Halfway through Aphrodite for Firefox. What can he do here? The heroes are going to be here. He is obviously grabbing that tech in the other town center. Would be a mistake to do it in this one. And the restoration comes through with 2 units to try and take these down. Nice shield coming in from the Kavoth player this side, from the Amaterasu player, Kavoth. And that means that, oh, there are some hoplites even in to try and take that one out. Not ideal. I think you just need to sacrifice this position. Grab the units back, but Kavoth is in such a good spot here where he's kind of positioned his units here so that the villagers can't run away. Heroes can be rebuilt though. Next stage is in. Curse can be dropped down. It's going to deal big damage to a lot of the Naginata riders, which is going to put a slowdown on this aggression. Ajax is going after this. Is there another shield for Kavoth? No, there isn't. So this is a great time to take this out. I think Firefox has defended. He's defended this. He's taken down every wheel. Nemean Lion comes in, unfortunately. Just cruises straight past the units he needed to stun there. But it goes back. And he has defended Kavoth's aggression pretty well. Lost a couple of heroes that he's rebuilt. Lost some hoplites. Lost some sentinels. This poor fella doesn't have a head anymore. But, oh no, he does. He's just missing half of it. And now grabbing Divine Blood, which is the Aphrodite upgrade, which makes villagers do more. Build quicker, run faster, carry more. The wall up on this side, and yeah, Firefox is in a great spot. Kavoth can go for it, basically just keep going with it. It isn't like Firefox is out of the water yet. He is now 15 villages ahead, which is exactly what the strategy gives him, having one town center extra than his opponent. But there could be some aggression coming through for Kavoth that he needs to be able to defend. The great part is he has more to defend now. He's saving up probably for another Sentinels, could save up for another Restoration, and grab more Nemean Lions to stun up those wheels. But he will also have his Chiron. Got enough military buildings as well. And only now going back to the defensive deer, which are essentially free. There is a Kitsune here, though, so Kavoth does know about it. The Kitsune now doesn't really do too much. The villagers turn around and shank. Kavoth notices that one, goes, nope, I want to save my scout for later. But I now know you're here. And yes, this is it. Go for somewhere else. The Sentinels are up here. The units are here, so go for the main base. One Udo going to be taking down this town center relatively quickly, considering there's only 4 of them. The Sentry Tower's going down is a great shout for Kavoth. Firefox running over with his slow units. Can drop a Sentinels if he wants to. And the great stun on these Wanyudos. One did separate from the rest of the pack and trying to rebuild the TC. Infernal Wanyudo here does get the big shield. And I think Kavoth is surrounding the Firefox units pretty well here. Are there that many wheels left, though? They are getting picked apart by the heroes. It's like Kavoth going after the normal units instead of the heroes, deciding that that's where he's going to get the value from. Sentinels is going to be dropped down, and that is going to help with the defense. And I think, has he managed to defend again? Looks like he has. The wheels go down. I don't know. Kavoth wasn't focusing down the heroes. Maybe just because if you focus down the Ajax, I mean, he builds in like 4 seconds. So if you build him just when he goes down, this is going to have a constant hero that's always available with that 13x damage multiplier. Chiron in as well. And Kitsune is still down here. The villagers decide to come back, defend the town center. Finishing up these berries here. And go after these walls if he wants to, but probably not worth it. Fortress going up to defend double gold mine up this top side. Now, is Kavoth just going to go for the same thing again? Is he just going to go, I need to do more damage? More damage constantly. Stay in this classical age, build out more of the same dudes, and just rush? Looks like he is. Deciding to go into the Yumi Archers this time, which Firefox won't be too sad about, because it means he can build Peltasts, which Peltasts are incredibly strong units. The Fortress is going to be going up. There's only 2 wheels left. And now the Chiron's in. The wheels go down very quickly from range now. They don't have to sit inside the melee range. The Yumi Archers, though, are going to be great to pick off all the heroes, because there's only 3 of them, so they can slowly pick them off very, very nicely. Firefox defending well again. This Sentinels, he's got 200 damage. 1 kill to his name. And even the farms on this position. And we'll back up again if he wants to. And he's trying to go Feisters. Ah, dear. Firefox, so greedy. But it's working out for him. Is this one step too far, though? The Hephaestus... I mean, we imagine Kavoth is 1 TC here, because he's just going all-out aggression. So, being up villagers, you could just defend this. You know, you could just build more units out, spend those 2,400 resources on, I don't know, loads of army upgrades. You can get your heavy upgrades in. But deciding against it, Sentinels drop down again. Sentinels is such a ridiculous god power. It's crazy. Microing onto the Wanyudos that don't have the shield. Great play there, but we said they're going to get focused down by the Yumi Archers. And the Ajax gets queued up instantly. Achilles first, though. But again, these guys are going to be able to defend. How much of these... They've only done 800 damage between all of them. But, I mean, it does stack up. Again, the push. The push is thwarted. I think that was Kavoth's big chance there. He does have heavy, though, so he can just keep going. I mean, we see the numbers here. If Kavoth notices this, realizes that he has just so many more dudes, he can pressure in. The issue is his siege weapons keep going down. The wheels are not having a good time. How many wheels does he have? He's got two wheels. Oh, Hephaestus is going to be in pretty soon. There's also Heroic Age in for Kavoth. Going to be dropping down that big god power here to let his wheels attack the town center. But actually, one of them does go down. Maybe the archers can get some good damage done on everything. And there is going to be a plenty vault for Firefox. And I imagine it's going to be an immediate Forge of Olympus. It is. It's going to be queued up after this Aegis shield. Which will mean all the iron upgrades will be coming through in the next few minutes. But is it a bit late? More Wanyudos going to be coming through. Colossus in to defend. Town center will probably go down. There's also a Raiju coming in on this side. And the shield does come down again from Kavoth. There's no ballistics for Kavoth, so the Ajax juking very nicely on that position. The Peltas in, though, to deal with the Yuumi archers. It's exactly what we said earlier, but there's just not that many Peltas. Because you spent so many resources getting to the Mythic Age. So much wood in the bank, though. Absolutely crazy. Probably needs to build some farms up on this top side. But there's so much going on, it's kind of hard to notice that in the game. And also spend the time doing that rather than repairing up your town center that's going to go down. Kavoth, fifth time knocking at the door. Does manage to take that one down. But there will be iron armor, iron weapons, all the iron upgrades in for Kavoth, for Firefox. So any unit that he builds is just so tanky. So they do so much damage. But can he get enough units out? He wants his heroes. It's constant. Chiron, Perseus. I still think there needs to be a number next to their name for how many times they actually go down. Ajax the second, Ajax the third. Oh, Perseus coming through. You can see how much he tanks up against all these units because he's got all the iron upgrades. He's on his own. Just distracting. Look at him. Look at him go. Literally just sent around the houses just to distract all the units from destroying his buildings. Well, it looks like he's missing one. But Perseus there did his job. Just tanked 700 HP and all that pierce armor. Just to be able to build some more units. Chiron trying to take everything out, whereas Kavoth on this side only has copper. As his eco setup is just not as good, not as many villagers. But is grabbing a town center on this side. The Catacopus does spot that one. So Kavoth knowing that he does need to build a town center at some point. This is the moment Firefox has been waiting for. He has been waiting for this exact time to shine. He's got all his iron upgrades. He has got everything now. So now his units are stonking. They are ridiculously strong. He needs to spam up some buildings. What's the building situation? He's got military academies. He's got 4 archery ranges, so 8 buildings total. He can build some gastrophetes if he wants to. Gastropheteros, whatever they're called. And build some of these guys. Now he just needs to spam out units. It doesn't even matter what the unit is, because they have iron upgrades. Just more is more. Peltas coming in, makes sense. Peltas going after the Yuumi archers and the Yuumi horse archers. And Kavoth feels like he can't pressure. Kavoth on this side, he's Heroic Age, needs to bring out some siege weapons. We did see them earlier. He needs to get out those ranged siege to just keep the aggression going. This position's very hard to aggress onto, though. This wall from earlier, kind of not really doing too much. The fortress, the Plenty Vault didn't do anything, but Fortress is going to have the third Zom of the game onto it. Town center as well, going to do big damage. You could even just build a tower to deal with this one, but the farms are going to be stopped from Kavoth. Exactly what he needs. Also stopping this gold mine. Having to move down to this one. This one's full, though. 5.5k in this gold mine. And what's Kavoth's plan here? From Firefox's perspective, I mean, he's coming in with just these little raids, but not too much else. So it does allow Firefox to get some of his units back, which is exactly what he wants. Does have that relic from earlier, which makes his hoplites a bit better against buildings, so the castle will go down quicker than it otherwise would. Does need to do a little bit of shuffling micro to get back here to tank with his hoplites. Kavoth waiting in the wings in that great position in the fog of war. And big god power coming through here. The drums going to mean that it deals some divine damage to these guys. Not very much if they can run out quick enough, but will deal some damage so the Yumi archers on the backside can take them out. Just see how long they tank for. It's just ridiculous. But Kavoth just has so many units here. So many. So much archers in this backside. There is going to be a restoration. Nice play to kind of counter all the damage that came through from the drums. Unfortunately, the Oyumi on the backside is going to be falling down for Kavoth. Also up to champion units. Kavoth is about halfway to champion, though, so you do have to watch out for that one. Even though he's heroic age, he can still get champion units because Japan. And the settlement going to try to come back up for Firefox. Kind of getting distracted by these units here, and Kavoth coming back around this side. Kavoth has also taken the villager lead. Obviously, Firefox doesn't know that, but he has been down a town center for a while. Also getting raided on this top side here. The hoplites, even though they are ridiculously strong, they're not as good as a castle and just more units. Wow, do they tank. Even this random farmer down here gets killed off. Poor guy from that bottom side. Random shield? Random shield to just stop the aggression onto the castle has got to be it. Because he's barely going to deal any damage, but he's there to save the castle's life. Is that going to be possible? I think the castle will go down anyway. Yes, it will. And now the town centre should be up for Firefox. He has managed to defend. It's been a tough defense for him, but he has managed it. He's at 175 population, needs his town centre, needs to grab another one, either this one or this one, to just more population, even grab his fortified town centers. Makes sense, just more pop right now, so he can just grab more champion iron units. See the shift clicks from these Peltas onto the back line. Oof. Town center this side. Town center is going to be coming up on this side. There is no underworld from Firefox, so he can't really, he knows it's happening, but he can't really put a stop to it. Nice micro trying to pull back from Kavoth, but better micro from the Peltas to actually go after all of these units. Once they go down, though, the Peltas, they're not as useful as anything else, but it doesn't matter. Hoplite's already there to carve up the Naginata Riders, and as soon as Firefox is in the spot he wants to be in, he does manage to take the win. That was such a tough defense. So many waves. It's like he's playing some kind of tower defense game of just the waves constantly coming at him from Kavoth. I thought the Mythic Age timing was a bit greedy, and to be honest, it was way closer than it should have been. But Firefox knows if he gets to this point and he has his iron units with the champion upgrades, he should be fine. And he was, I guess.